How's it going? It is Mythos, and if anyone knows me, you will know that I've always been into the kind of music that was associated with the Outcasts. Our group was that weird group who skateboarded and wore band hoodies, and people wanted to fight us because of that. They got a shock when we obliged. It kind of feels like I'm still in that group now with the Paranormal. It seems like there are a lot of metalheads here as well, and the one band I bet most of us who are into that kind of stuff like is Slipknot. They were the OGs for me because around 97 to 99, that's when I was getting into that kind of style of music. They were the ones who really blew my mind and drew me in. So hang on a minute, I feel like the only way I can tackle this video is by getting into the right vibe. So, how's that looking? That feels better. So, Slipknot are on their 25th anniversary tour right now, and it looks freaking epic. I was thinking about some old times with them, and one story I remember from back in the day is one of them being haunted while making their third album. I thought, hey, that might be good to check out, so I did a bit of digging, and this is what happened. They were working with the producer Rick Rubin at his mansion in the Laurel Canyon area of Los Angeles for around 6 months to record Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses.
Rick Rubin showed up for 45 minutes a week.
Corey said that one afternoon after they had wrapped up recording, he took a shower, and after getting out of the shower, he seen a mysterious man in his bathroom. He looked up and he saw a man in a tuxedo staring right at him. He ran into his room, but when he looked back, there was no one there. He said that once he thought about it, Tuxedo Man wouldn't have even been able to have been there because there's no way he could have got there without opening a certain door. So it's as if he was just there and then he just disappeared. The thing is, it wasn't just Corey though. Some other members of the band seen spirits walking through walls into rooms that shouldn't have even been there. And that's a theory, isn't it? That if these spirits are just living out their daily lives as if they were alive still, maybe they think they are. They are following a path of the house as it was when they were alive. Over time, renovations have been made and a door might not be there anymore. Now it's just a wall, and people may see spirits go through that, not knowing a door used to be there. Corey said that he heard things in the mansion and had major electrical issues whilst trying to record their album. Strange things that I presume wouldn't be the norm. He said it was very intense. He said this haunting actually helped them record their album because it really gave the place a holy shit vibe. The thing is, Slipknot are not the only band with spooky stories to come from working with Rubin and staying at his mansion. System of a Down were recording there, and while it wasn't directly them who had the experience, it was while they were there and having some interviews and photos taken. Rubin's publicist Heidi was setting things up for them, and she said while she was in the dining room facing the grand winding staircase with her back to the entryway, she felt someone behind her. She said it wasn't bad or anything, but it was obvious, and it grew to where it was so intense that she felt like something was standing right behind her. She looked, but nothing was there. As she turned back around, an apparition appeared in front of her. The ghost of a woman dressed in all white, walking down the great winding stairs. She said there was no breeze in the house, but whatever she was wearing was floating in the wind. Heidi wasn't sure if the woman saw her or not, but she turned around and walked right back up the stairs. An interesting fact about the mansion is that it's right next to Harry Houdini's old mansion, and there is actually a tunnel underground that connects them both. A decade before Slipknot were recording there, Red Hot Chili Peppers were working with Rubin on their album Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Rubin suggested working in the Houdini mansion, which he had purchased and turned into another studio. Anthony from Chili Peppers would talk about coming across various spirits on the ground, but he said he wasn't frightened by them. He said that he found the haunting presence comforting. The guitarist definitely felt a comforting presence, as he claimed to have an erotic experience with a female apparition. What the f***? The photographer of the photo that made it into the album packaging said that they only noticed this after developing, but they thought that there was an apparition or some kind of entity right next to the band as they stood on the bridge outside the mansion. Personally, I can't see anything. So, since Slipknot's time at the mansion, Corey's fascination with the paranormal seems to have only gotten deeper. We've even seen him ghost hunting.
My name is Corey Taylor. I'm here with some people who have every bit of empathy for what happened to you before you lost this place. We understand that's why you have such a strong affinity for it. And, we're not asking you to jump through hoops or anything disrespectful like that. We are just trying to communicate with you.
We've seen him on haunted podcasts, and he even wrote a book about the paranormal.
Book is essentially kind of a documentation about the various experiences I've had with like the paranormal and ghosts and whatnot, and trying to basically figure out what these things are. All of the various like answers or whatever that I've found from whether it's religion or the supernatural or these purported ghost hunters groups and whatnot have just never satisfied me.
If you want to check out that book, by the way, you could of course pick one up, but if you want to listen to the audio version, it's on YouTube, which I'll leave linked in the description of this video. His journey, honestly, sounds a lot like mine.
I've been experiencing the paranormal for a very long time, and obviously I'm quite on record as being a pretty devout atheist. But at the same time, I've just kind of had this weird dichotomy all through my life where I don't believe in religion or that kind of the mythological side of this whole thing, and yet I've had these experiences.
He's gone on to talk about more of his experiences throughout his life, which have happened since he was around 10 years old.
I had something happen to me when I was 10. There was this abandoned house that we passed every day on the way to school. Long story short, we were all standing on the first floor of this place, and it was 2 stories, and this thing came down the stairs at us. And I mean, it was like this silhouette of a man that was kind of backlit in a weird way from its own energy came down the stairs at us, and we flipped out, like killed ourselves, like running from the house.
Even more recently than that, where things literally flew across the room.
Thermoses flying across my kitchen at 7 a.m. when I'm the only one up.
In an interview with the Los Angeles Times, Corey spoke about little kid spirits at his current house at the time. They moved things around, would run up behind people so that you could really hear it. He said that you'd turn around and there would be no one there. Freaky stuff. I love hearing people's paranormal stories. If you've got any, even better yet, videos and photos to go with them, my email is always in the description of the videos. So that is it for today. A little dive into Slipknot and Corey Taylor's spooky history. They've always been one of my favourite bands, so to find out, they had a haunting experience and some stories to tell, I just thought that was so cool. So thank you for watching, guys. How do you feel about the mask? Do you like this Corey Taylor mask, obviously without the dread? I thought it would kind of be a bit more unique. Imagine me and Seg out like this, walking around a freaking haunted mansion. We'd scare the ghosts off. So guys, make sure you drop a like on this. That's really appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't, because it's absolutely free. Make sure you stick around, and I will see you in the next one.